Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this game of Crusader Kings III, where we are playing as Frisia and also Gardariki. So, if you missed the game last night, we did actually end up going for 6.5 hours. I was streaming for 5 hours, so I was already going over quite a bit, and then as I was saying my outro, we were raided by Extra Credits, who I absolutely adore on YouTube, so I decided to do another hour after that. And yeah, we made a couple of gains, as you can probably tell. So the Kingdom of Frisia itself is actually remarkably secure, very wealthy, and actually doing really, really well at the moment. We still have Queen Frank on the throne. She is now 58. And probably... oh no, she's still fine. Yeah, she's still going strong. And then right at the end of the stream, we attacked Vladimir and took Gardariki for ourselves. So we still need to take Russa, we still need to take Fikrova. And then at that point, we will have secured it all. Now, we did screw up a few things. First of all, we somehow got the Jarldom of Luki. I'm still not entirely sure why we got him, because I thought a religious holy war would replace him, because he's Cabarite. But apparently we're going to have to deal with that. We also put in a new ruler on Novgorod and Tikvin. Oh no, it was just Novgorod. Who is Countess Linda, who is very, 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 very good. Unfortunately, she's not a Mordling. So I don't know exactly what to do about this. I might just let her stay here and empower the realm and just seed a couple of Mordlings in there to see if one of them happens to rise to power and take over for themselves. We shall see. But I did want a very strong ruler in position. She's got excellent stewarding, which means that she can make money, so she can actually raise armies. And she's also got excellent learning, which means she can keep everything converted properly. Her husband, oh dear, is kind of useless. But he is at least Ursatru, so there is that. Wow, yeah, Linda really is good. Kind of wish I'd married her into one of my... oh no, I don't have any sons. We only have daughters. So, irrelevant. We will need to attack Russa, or possibly get him by offering vassalage. I do think that this is something that we can overcome. We are of different culture groups, which is the main negative. Base reluctance is 45, and we are different faiths. Right, you are old, Ursatru. Whereas we are new. And he's only got a +4 relations. Am I swaying him? Yes. Oh yeah, and this is Garth Wells, who's actually one of us. One of us. So that's what we're going to try. So Russa I think we can get peacefully. We will need to take Sukhov off of Finland, but we should be able to do that. Also, our armies can now head home. You guys have done excellent work. And then we are once again making loads of dosh. The other big thing that we did yesterday was actually started building... correction. We have now built the Grand Temple of Zeeland. So we have our very first wonder. Does this appear on the map? Yes, it does. There it is. No, it's not. That's the temple. Yeah, it's not Zeeland. So no, it doesn't appear on the map, unfortunately. But we do now have our Grand Temple, which is going to be providing an extra gold piece for this province, an extra 500 levies for Middelburg, which is awesome. Is it for Middelburg? Oh no, it is still under construction. My bad. 7 more months. So, we're very close. Why can't I just send him a gift? That hadn't even occurred to me. I apparently can't. I would need 100. Oh, we'll learn that quickly enough. Accusations of witchcraft. Blood-stained cloth, crow's feathers, strange-smelling concoctions. This is evidence presented to me by a group of villagers from Zeeland as proof that Bothilda is practicing witchcraft. Evidence is circumstantial. This will get me 300 lifestyle points, but the peasants are going to be upset. Zeeland, I do have the popular figurehead, which basically counters that. And satisfied peasants just gives popular opinion. No, I don't care about that. I do care about getting additional wealth focus, however, because I would really like to finish off administrator if I can. Because we are still kind of hated, so As much as Queen Frank has achieved, she is also still an incredibly controversial figure within her own realm. Because she still has a minus 57 tyrant penalty. She has been ruling with, let's say, an iron hand, an iron grip. We've prospered, but also people have suffered. There's no doubt about that. And we do have a lot of counties under us. I do need to consolidate that. How was I going to consolidate it? Ooh, I know how. That's sneaky. I like it. In fact, what might be even more sneaky is if we take Russa, convert you to Old Usatru, which we should be able to do. Nah, I really want her as the ruler. Yeah, we're going to keep you over in Novgorod, and then we'll need to promote somebody over here to the Jarl. Probably Igapav, who is Frogger Prince's husband. And we're missing another Yaldom. I mean, we have a couple of Yaldoms that we clearly need to produce, and that'll make a lot of the counties over here easier to manage and also more productive. Does she float or sink? It's a good way to test if she's a rich. But that's true. That's very true. Countess of Novgorod is going to be the viceroyalty in Novgorod. Yes. I mean, I do eventually, of course, want to split this off into the Kingdom of Gardariki, but I want to make sure that it's actually secure and strong enough to survive if I do that. And right now it's not. The other whoopsie I made is this woman, Countess Sarah. Because she is still Old Usatru and she's already refused conversion. And I can't demand it again for another 5 years. I hadn't realised that she wasn't already converted when I made her the Countess. Although, wait, is Tikvin its own duchy? Yes, it is. I gave her 2 provinces. Yeah, she's in charge of Vespia, basically. Or she will be. Right, I also need to take Viangi back. Which is this guy. And you're Cabarite, so you wouldn't want to join us regardless. Okay. Oh, we have our 100 ducats, so let's go ahead and send you a gift. 22 opinion. Now we're just a -9, so the swaying should do the rest. Okay, cool. And then we'll probably attack into Ruthenia to see if we can just secure more territory over here. Just so that, even if it's not the most prosperous region, just by size it will survive. You're offering me 135 ducat ransom? Hell yes. Likewise with you. Fantastic. Cha-ching! I believe is the appropriate term. And I can also ransom some more prisoners. Let's go and do that. So, Balgici. That's not a ransom, that's a release. Count of Raval. You can be ransomed. Cherava. Can't afford it now. Rurik. Can't afford it now. Mordvikino. Wouldn't want to pay. So we'll just release you for a conversion. Rogneda. Release for a conversion. Agafena. Doesn't want to pay. Slelava. Doesn't want to pay. Sigerson. I mean, these are all... sorry, these are people that they will pay for. And then Grimmer and Intruders are staying in prison. Awesome. 20 ducats a month in profit. Hell yes. 89 ducats for this guy. No. He's worth 135. Sweden's got another queen. Ingrid, who is a Savati, now starting to actually get a decent army. So even though Sweden has lost Uppsala, they have actually gained a bunch of Norway. So Sweden, I think, is going to start to consolidate now. Denmark is still having problems, but is still Horn. And both of those are modelling offshoots, so we're fine. Okay, so now that we have 400 ducats, should I reinvest that money into building these places up? Actually, there is something I want to build. I want to get a ducal level of building in Holland. Which now begs the question, what do I want to build here? Oh, we need manorialism for this. And yes, I also need to take the Duchy of Holland. Well, we can do that easily enough. The other thing we should do, as a matter of rather more haste, is start building these holdings. Because that's going to quite dramatically increase the wealth of these locations. So, how do we want to do this? Plains, plains, plains. This is all plains. I think that here is going to be a city. Dort, Rotterdam, Delft. No, Rotterdam is going to be the city. Delft is going to be the temple. These cost 425 ducats to do. Requires city planning innovation to do that. What point did we get that? I have a feeling that may have been a while ago. It's a tribal, isn't it? Yeah, it was all the way back here. Oh! City planning was the holdings! Yeah, it really needs to make that clearer. I've been sitting on the city planning for absolutely ages. What about the other Viking kingdom in Russia? Konungard, aka Kiev. Possibly. I have a feeling that Kiev's going to be a bit harder to take, though. It's also further away. Getting personal. In our latest correspondence with Hofgod Aegila, made mention of passing recent conversation she had, as if the subject would interest me. These letters are supposedly to be strictly diplomatic in their nature, but of course sometimes they dip into more personal topics. Please, tell me more. I would appreciate if we kept to relevant topics. No, tell me more. If you're trying to sway me, that also improves your relations of me. So, fine. Please do. In her latest response, my vassal Hofgod Aegila confesses that she actually knows nothing about a topic that merely pretended for the sake of our conversation. What a liar. Ooh, West Francia has taken a province down here. West Francia is also very strong at the moment. And because they are also true, I don't have any CVs against them. Poland has a bit of England. Poland has a big bit of England. But Poland is not as big anymore. Salzburg. That's a big Salzburg. Kingdom. Salzburg is a kingdom? Did you create that kingdom? That looks like it's de jure Bavaria. Is that just another name for Bavaria? For non-Bavarians? No, you are a Bavarian. Yeah, it must be custom. Interesting. I hereby invite you to a feast to my court in Munster, says Hofgodai Snorri, who really doesn't like us. Mostly because you want to see it on the council. You're not as good as Penty, and Penty's actually been a remarkably good Hofgodai. You suck at everything else. You also have one intrigue, so sure. Every guest is gathered in the Great Hall, and our gracious host Hofgodai Snorri has welcomed us to the feast. I'm looking forward to this. What happened to Byzantium? They imploded. They imploded big time. And nothing to do with me. That was completely natural. I've not even got down there yet. What started out as an ordinary feast became an exceptional one thanks to the presence of Hofgodai Tyra. We spoke all evening about a matter of subjects, and as things would have it, we seem to have a lot in common. Had such a good time with her. Cool. New stewardship perk. Honoured to serve. Power vassal, councillor tax and levy contributions, plus 20%. Thank you for that. Speaking of which, do we have any other jarls who are powerful vassals? No. Count, Hofgodi. But these guys already pay me everything because they are technically under the church and the church likes me. So we get all that we're due from that. I believe that's how it works anyway. As one plate of food is replaced by the next, my vassal Mayor Nils goes on and on about friendship. Mayor Nils of Warendorf. A steward. But you're not my direct vassal, so I could actually burn off some stress with you. Interesting conversation was the +1 diplomacy and learning. I think I'd rather get rid of the stress. Making a fool of yourself could never bore me. Till death do us part. Oh, it's a good thing I got rid of the stress. Well, hope you find peace, Caritas. On to husband number 4. And I think I might go for another military man. That system seems to have been working quite well for us. Unless I can find someone who's a bit more well balanced. Like Richard. Or possibly Braga, who's intelligent. Greedy, gregarious and honest. Analytic Ravener. You sound better. Send. So I am running a bit low on prestige because of all these marriages I'm having to do. And it's not me. It's not me that's bumping them off. I mean, somebody else might well be. But it's not my fault. And it's probably my fault, but it's not really my fault. Still -9. Got to work a bit harder on him. What a feast! I'll remember the days spent in Hofgodi Snorri's halls for a long time to come. I lose even more stress, and Snorri gains opinion. Good. Actually, speaking of which, is there anything I can do? I can go on a pilgrimage. I'm already a pilgrim, though. I don't necessarily need that. I could have my own feast. Need another 70 ducats. And that would actually increase the relations with all of my vassals. That's probably a good move. Grand Temple built. Grand Temple built. There we go. Now we've got it. Zeeland. So, we are getting 1 extra tax per month and also 500 levies in this holding alone. And there we are. Now we're actually getting 900 levies from here. This county, levy size is increased by 10%, holding tax is increased by 10%, and then development growth plus 20%, and just a straight up plus 0.1 per month, which includes Amsterdam. Amsterdam is in that county. And then the entire realm is getting 0.2 piety, plus 5% monthly renown. Knights are 15% more effective, we're getting 10% more levy reinforcement, and also plus 5 control factor per month. It's a good wonder to have. And there it is! It is on the map. We have our Grand Temple. Sweet! So we have our own Canterbury, basically. Although the loot here is a lot less than Canterbury's was. Yeah, Canterbury's worth 83. Oh, it's because you give plus 3 tax a month. This one's just plus 1. But it has the development buffs too. Does Canterbury have that? Yes. Same level. But this one has the levies, which Canterbury doesn't. So, we probably want to build Zeeland up a bit more. It is in the plain, so it is getting all of the effectiveness. The other thing, we still need to just build more holdings, like throughout our realm. We're still remarkably backwards in that way. Grand Temple dedicated to whoever the god of good business was. Task finished. What's she done? Increasing control in Helera. And that's everything that I need. I mean, Bologna could potentially do with some. Novgorod. You know what? I'm going to help these guys gain control. Do you have an heir? You do. She's also old Ursatru. You are not even in my court. Oh, you are a Maudling, though. Is that why I gave you the realm? Because you're Maudlings? No. It's just your heir, that is. Well, that's interesting. That's very interesting. But you have the really good stewarding. And you're also 68. I don't need to kill you. Nature will do that for itself. And I've done everything that I've achieved thus far without a single murder. As hated as she has not got her hands bloody at all. Which in itself is quite impressive. Okay, so we managed to sway Garth Wells. We'll need to continue doing that. We are known for our dedication. We are now a devoted servant. Paragon of Virtue would be the next level. Are we actually going to make Living Legend this time? We're only 59. We usually die late 60s, early 70s. Oh yes, and ransoms. We should probably double check those. Cheva can't quite afford it, though you are getting very close. You are as well. Sweet. Okay, 220 ducats. Do I want to hold a feast? If I hold a feast, that's going to make the vassals like me more. The more the vassals like me, the more they pay me and the bigger my levies. How big a problem is it? It's a bit of a problem. Yeah, it's a problem. It's 200 ducats. Ah, it's our religious duty to do this. This also loses stress, which I don't necessarily need to do right now. No. No. We're a steward. We invest. It's also good speed 4. Oh, the other thing we could do is start getting some duchies together. That's probably a better move. Begin to consolidate some of this power. So the County of Cologne, are you supposed to be under Jülich? No, Laura Lorraine. You can do that. Oh, but that's Grimmer. Who is a filthy, disgusting traitor! Yeah, I'll still give you Cologne. Because then I don't need to deal with him. He's a powerful vassal. He won't be anymore. Okay, that's you dealt with. Then over here, Munster is in the Westphalen area. So we're going to need to pick somebody from here. Probably not a Grand Temple, because they're theocracies. So it's going to be Tecklenburg, which is Linda's region. So here's what I was thinking. If I give Linda Novgorod and Westphalia, when she has a succession, it's going to split. Because they have the same succession laws that I do. So even though she's going to be very powerful now, she'll become less powerful with the next generation. And I'm kind of okay with that, because she's basically responsible for defending Russia. Oh, -0. So close. She's excellent and a loyalist. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to create the Duchy of Westphalia. It also gives me a bunch of prestige, which I do need. And that is going to be given to you. What's Osnabrück in? Oh, you are as well. Don't know why everything else went over and that didn't. Bit strange. And then Minden, Bremen, all that area is what? Angria. Do we not have a Jarl of Angria? I thought we did. No, we don't. Interesting. Then we'll need one of those as well. Unwanted Pregnancy. A dramatic scene unfolds to my audience chamber as my vassal Count Magnus accuses Ketil, the son of Count Ole of Oversticht, of impregnating his wife. Count Ole indignantly claims that there is no proof of his son's guilt, and even if it was him, it's surely Anna's fault for being a loose woman. The argument is heating up, and I must do something before things get out of hand. Why are you two bothering me with this petty squabble? Ketil is inculpable. He owes Massanes nothing. Or you will have the justice you desire. Well, this is going to be purely down to who's more powerful. Whoa! Sverkson of Oversticht has 30 learning. But he is just a count. So are you. You have higher intrigue. You're roughly the same power level. You are directly under me. Why? I say again, why? Inheritance, I guess. I'm going to do this one. I gain the prestige, and then I'm going to grant you independence. I don't want to hold on to this. Good luck. And... cool. Because that's just going to cause me problems with West Francia. Rusa, are you ready to join us yet? No. So close. Empty council position. Spy master. Mayor Aletta is rather good at this job. Steerborn is too. Oh, so's Linda. Oh no, Linda's already my steward. And Linda now counts as a powerful vassal. Good. That actually means that she gives me more stuff. I think I would kind of prefer you, because you're unaffiliated. And you're also going to be grateful. Yeah, you'd be a heck of a lot better. Also, what are you? Content antagonist. Fine. Cecilia died. Cecilia did good. She kept me alive. Even through the darkest of days. Anthrax is of age. All those efforts have come for naught, however. Few could be impressed by her understanding of the subject, but she has at least developed a sound grasp of the basics of management and the beginnings of sensible frugality. Vengeful, temperate, cynical. So I think you are just going to be somebody that we marry off. Probably to try and get an alliance. With West Francia.